All right, that's all I want to say about that. I got some questions here. On to the next topic. Somebody said, I've got some people watching me here. Cash says, and I hope I can answer this question. It says, hello, sir. Could you share some entry-level attributes, certifications that would make an aspiring security control analyst or engineer's application stand out? Step one sounds like security operations support. Security operations center support. For an aspiring, so share some entry level attributes and certifications that would make. Okay, yeah, I can do this. This is easy. Yeah, this is an easy one. So if I was starting out, let's say I was doing this, I was starting out right now from scratch, and I needed to figure out what to do. Like, knowing what I know now, let's start off with skill set. Like, what attributes do you need to know as an entry level security, let's say cybersecurity person? Number one would be knowing the basics, right? So knowing the fundamentals of best security practices of what is confidentiality, what is integrity, what is availability. Confidentiality goes into things like cryptocurrency, cryptography. I'm sorry, see where my head is at. Cryptography, right? How do you encrypt things? What's the best encryption? How do you protect data at rest, data in transit, and data and data that's being processed? Integrity. What are some of the common attacks on data as it's in transit, right? And then availability, knowing things like denial of service attacks, right? And I'll talk to you about the common body of knowledge you need to know. But for right now, those are some of the things that you really need to know as a cybersecurity person. Protection of the CIA, which is confidentiality, integrity, availability, right? You need to know basic stuff about cybersecurity, and I'm going to show you where you can find that. Another thing you need to I would really encourage you to know is a little bit about network engineering. Like, how do IP addresses work? You can't really avoid it these days because everything is networked, right? So I would know a little bit about that. No, these days I'd probably know a little bit about cloud technologies. Cloud technologies is big, and I'm still learning this stuff myself. It's new for me, right? Because I'm an old head. It's kind of new for me. As far as the implementation these days, how they're doing it, as far as AWS and Google Cloud and all Azure and all that stuff. So it's new to me. I'm still learning, but as a new guy, I would definitely know a little bit about that. Frameworks, the stuff I'm talking about here, is actually important. It comes up from time to time. And as far as certifications, let me show you a little something. Let me bring up on my screen some certifications that I often visit and that I would encourage you to use and that are important. Comptia, I stand behind it. I've got a couple Comptia certifications. It's a great, if you guys are watching, man, I would be, if you guys are willing to pay me, I'd be willing to be an evangelist for Comptia. It's great. And ISC2 Square too. If you guys ever watch me, hit me up. Contacts in my About Us page on YouTube or on Facebook. Contact me so I can get paid. I got so many certifications on it. Hold on, let me switch my screen here real quick so you guys can see what I see. I've been going through this for many years, and I gotta say, they did a great job on Comptia, especially for entry-level type positions. It's incredible. But let me show you where I would start. If I didn't know anything at all about IT, I would start with the Comptia fundamentals. If you don't know anything, you're coming from, somebody contacted me the other day, they were a journalist, and she's like, hey, I would like to get into risk management framework. And I said, do you have any experience? He says, no, as I said, I'm a journalist. So if that's you, I would start here. Comptia IT fundamentals, right? I would start here. Now, if you are entry level, you're new, you've been doing this for some time, you're a geek, you know your way around a computer, you could skip this, right? You can go straight to, but let's say you need to sharpen your skills up, right? You don't have, maybe you haven't been on the help desk before, but you really want to get there, but you do know a thing or two about computers. I would suggest the A+ certification. Now for me, I gotta say this was not an easy, this is probably because this is one of the first certifications I took when I first got into this field, A+ certification. Now they've broken it into 2 parts. But what's really cool about the A+ certification, what I really like about this is that they're very good about the common body of knowledge. It's my favorite thing about Comptia and ISC2, right? That's another organization who does certifications. My favorite thing is that they really stick to they have a real good solid body of knowledge. So it's just that if you know that common body of knowledge, you'll know your way around a computer, right? And you should get some hands-on too. I would highly suggest skill set, get some hands-on technical experience with this stuff. Now, let's say you have been doing help desk for a while and you're an entry-level cybersecurity person. You don't necessarily need the CompTIA. Let me show you something else I would highly recommend you do. If you've been in this field for a while, is Security Plus. Security Plus is a great certification. It is one of my favorite certifications. It's a great, I wouldn't say entry level necessarily. It's like you're entry level and you're about to level up. That's what Security Plus is. It's not entry level, right? It's like I'm entry level now, but I want to level up one more. That's Security Plus, right? Security Plus is a great leg up. This is a certification I would highly recommend if you are starting out with this. It actually pays really good too. Security Plus, when you get this under your belt, especially if you have some years of experience in IT or cybersecurity and you have a little bit of background in this, maybe you have a degree, Security Plus is a great garnish to your overall resume. I'm telling you, it's a great certification. I would highly recommend it. It's going to get you paid more. And if you're trying to seek higher professional level certifications, it's a really good step up towards, like, it covers like maybe 60% or more of the CISSP if you were going that route, right? If you were trying to level up one more time, it's going to cover a good chunk of the CISSP. It's not the equivalent. Those tests are not equivalent whatsoever. CISSP is ridiculously hard, but it's a really good way to get your feet wet and see if you want to go that professional route, right? The professional level certifications. So that's what I hope this answers your question about what attributes and certifications. I would highly recommend that you learn the very basics about best practice of security. I would highly recommend you learn best practices of things like certified ethical hacking is a real good one. And then certifications, I would recommend the Security Plus to start with if you're entry level. And then, of course, the last thing I would say is to get yourself in a position where you're not necessarily a cybersecurity role, but any kind of help desk troubleshooting type role where you have a hands-on, very good information, because you're actually going to learn a lot of security doing that kind of work. So that's what I would recommend, and I hope that helps.